My name is Pravin Parmar. I'm the Director of Resources of Tum Tum Housing Association. We are a social housing association based in Nottingham. We've got about 64 staff, and we've got about 30 staff in our subsidiary, which is a care home. Oh, not a care, it's a care respite services that we provide. My chief executive Richard is sitting there, so I've got to be careful what I'm saying. What actually happened was just about a week before November, Richard comes in and gives me a letter from the pension provider and says your staging date is 1st of November. And all of a sudden there's a bit of panic because our staging date was 1st of November. I got a letter from Richard, which he received from the pension people, that in a week's time we got a staging date. What actually was the situation, our HR manager has been on long-term sick, and the impression was that he had everything in place, and we just carried on the assumption that they've actually been translated to the project plan, and it wasn't. Panic set in, and the next day I was actually literally on the regulator's website going through the pages, and you can understand, I just could not really get the feel of it, only a basic part of it. And just before the end of the day, I got an email, which was to Spire, and I don't just put in junk, actually don't open, but I just happened to open it up.
That's where you put on right now. Yeah.
And I read it, and I gave him a ring, and I said, Nigel, look, I've got a bit of a problem. Nigel said, well, tell me what it is, and I gave him brief details about our scheme. I said, why don't you meet? So about 2 days later, I think 2 or 3 days later, I met him, and I avoided reading all of that, came here for a meeting about an hour and a half. Good thing was Nigel had actually done his research on our pension provider, got the details, got our association, had more or less quite a lot of information in front of him, which I didn't expect, but he had it. And for an hour and a half, we went through the process, identified what our essential needs are. And my first things were a couple of things that we identified which I needed to do immediately from the discussion. And that was the reward. Within half an hour, 1.5 hours, I was able to really work out a project plan, what I needed to really implement. But the most important thing was to really get the message to the staff, which hadn't happened. And arrange a quick meeting with our senior management team and Nigel. And that was very, very effective because all the staff, senior managers, were able to ask Nigel all the questions, the relevant questions. Nigel was able to really translate this particular document into whatever few slides. And that was very important. And that boils down to the fact that what we needed to do immediately, get the information to the staff, but at the same time trying to get the auto-enrollment letters out. Postponement, board approval, because we are governed by a board, so we needed to get our rates agreed by the board. But at the same time, what information needs to be sent out to the staff. So those are the 3 or 4 things which we needed to do very urgently. And the templates were sent to me by Nigel following day, so I used the template, which actually saved me going through creating another one. So that's how we have done it. We had the board approval done, everything is planned. One good thing was, for some odd reason, last March actually had registered with Pension Trust. We are a member of Social Housing Pension Scheme, which is managed by the Pension Trust. So it is, as I said, a consortium of all social housing associations in the port. And quite a lot of staff, about 20% of our staff are already in the scheme. Some are in final service scheme, some are in DC scheme. So it was a lot easier for us to really get on with enrollment, because that would have been our biggest headache. And the final bit was to really talk to our payroll provider. Luckily enough, we do not do our payroll in-house. We actually give it to our accountants. So they have got a software, it's up and running. We had a discussion, getting the format right. Again, the guidance was given by Nigel to say, what sort of format, and we need to talk to the provider. So that's where we are at the moment. Important thing is we have gone for a postponement from 1st of November to the 1st of January. Members are informed, all the staff is informed, and we'll see how things work out. So that's where we are. It saved me a lot of time going through, trawling through the paperwork, understanding it. So thank you, Nigel.